Splash 2. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to dissect a dogfight using Tacview that a squadron mate and I got involved in, where we were engaged with multiple MiG threats, MiG-23s and a MiG-29. I believe at one point we're actually engaging 4, and I'm gonna this kind of demonstrates how group tactics in a two ship would work in a BVR engagement, or at least how it worked for us. Now we're still fairly new to BVR, and it's it's been a learning process for both of us. So this was kind of, well, this is how it worked out. So I'm trailing behind Dutch about a mile separation, give or take, roughly a mile. And well, we'll just see how it works out. So he's closing with the bandits, and I let one go. I let one go about 20 miles out from them, believing that at that point that we had that they had not fired or anything. And then he lets one go at a much closer range. So mine is tracking on this MiG here. Now at this point, he fired an R3 at Dutch, and Dutch goes defensive. So let me just pause this and go to Dutch's perspective. So he's gone defensive. He's going to be going for the deck, and that's obviously to avoid this guy from taking him out. That's his AIM 120 still tracking, and there's mine going after the first. So while he's going defensive, I believe I fire another missile. So that's splash 1, and that's his AIM 120 still tracking. And that's splash 2. Now, I still have an AIM 120 that I'd fired from back out there that is also tracking this MiG that is spinning out of control. So at that point, he's already dead, and I just finished him off, basically. I wasn't sure if he was dead. I didn't know he was dead, but I didn't take any chances. I believe we both fired at the same one, and that fucking took him out. So let's go back to Dutch's perspective. So he had a rough go. Just so you know, this was he was the target of operation. Well, he's out front, but he was absolutely and there's my AIM 120 splashing that one. So now we're engaged with a MiG 29 and a MiG 23. So he splashed this guy, and now he's taking a missile that's being directed at him. And see, while he's doing that, now he's going defensive to avoid getting hit by that missile. And he sends one. Now, where's his 120 going? I think that might have actually not been intended for him. I believe that was intended for... We had an AI player in there. The server had to occupy a slot. So I think that might have been it. So there goes his AIM 120. And it's tracking, and splash MiG-29. Now there's where things get a little different. I'm out of AIM 120s, and so is him. So is Dutch at this point. And we got 2 MiG-23s closing on us. As he turns in, they go active on him, which is bad for him. See, now he's going defensive. But while he's going defensive, I'm able to press the attack on the first one. And I actually saw him in visual range, and he's fired again at Dutch. And then now I've sent my AIM 9X right at his face, so he's gone. And now Dutch is completely defensive at this point, and he's got another missile firing at him. So while he's getting down below the hilltops, trying his best to stay away from the missile, I fire another aim 9. Let's go to the aim 9. And it tracks and kills that bandit. And both of us were able to survive. So basically the idea is one person in a 2-ship needs to be trailing behind the lead. Lead gets locked up, lead gets engaged, he goes defensive. The number 2 guy is waiting right there to engage. Had the AI had the sense to be doing that, which again, they're AI, I understand, the fight would have been a little bit different. It definitely would have been, I wouldn't say stacked. We had better aircraft. But yeah, so thank you for coming to my TED Talk.